Just 5 minutes before we go to the breakout rooms, one of the things that we've been talking about is the success that we're having in schools and districts when they have an implementation focus, not only around NGSS, but specifically in science and in literacy. So it's been really great to be on the Region 10 team because we've created a focus for this year. So it's modeling in science, and the great part about that is Jeff and Jesse Ramirez they're both going to be presenting next Thursday on scientific modeling. That's going to be great. And then in writing specifically for argumentation, we're going to be talking about regular practice of name it, verb it, finish it, and also recording observations. When we talk about argument writing in science, opinion writing, right, as they call it in ELA, we want to make sure that we have a frame or an organizational structure in which the kids know these are the things that we're including in writing. Now remember, in the lower grades, writing, when I say writing, make sure that we include the word thinking, because not all of our kids will be able to put that pencil to the paper. Many of our kids will be doing it orally. Many of the kids will need to have modeling time after time. Many of you will say during this segment, oh, my kids could never do that. And I'll tell you, kids are doing this across the county, even in kindergarten and in TK. And so all of the standards that are like in name it, verb it, finish it, we want to make sure that we understand that they're all kindergarten standards, except for one about the title. But we include that title because it's inferred in the standards. So anyway, during your breakout session, you'll be talking about the first two for the writing, the name it, verb it, finish it, and then the recording the observation, I noticed or I observed. Now, way down in the lower grades, could we say I see or I heard, or yes, absolutely, we could do that. But we do want to record those observations that we have along the way. Here's an example. Changing trees would be the title. You can see what's happening here. A name it, verb it, finish it is simply saying what's going on in the particular phenomena that's being given to the kids during that time. And certainly Fred did that for us as well. In the picture, right, so this is the type of text, the title, Changing Trees, the author's name. Now, there was no author's name in that, right? So then we just say the author. Sometimes it's the scientist, sometimes it's the mathematician, but we can use this really across the way in order to help us. We also have the verb and then the finish it, which is the main idea, the theme or the moral. So in this case, in the picture, Changing Trees, the author shows that leaves on I can't even read my own stuff, on a tree change during each season. So that's a name it, verb it, finish it. So we'll want to have some verb reference lists for the kids along the way. And certainly no less, the stuff that Fred did, so powerful for us. So what was the title of what they did during this? What foods do snails eat? So what are those three things that we do in the name it? Again, it's the type of text. And what was the type of text? We could call it a science activity. We could have called it in the video, right? In Fred's presentation, I guess. I mean, we could really have done anything. But in this case, I'm just going to call it in the video. What foods do snails eat? Fred then did what? And from that standpoint, we could do a variety of verbs, simple verbs for the kids. And remember, so many of your kids will be saying this out loud. Shows, put, offered, gave, put snails on a plate and had them, see which ones that they were going to eat. Something simple for the kids along the way. So in your breakout session, you'll spend a little bit of time talking about what we're going to do in order to get that science and literacy in there. So important that our kids have the opportunity to really name and what it is that they're actually looking at before they delve into really getting into those specific observations. But we want to get to the observations. So important for us that while we do the observations, we do think about getting that observation in place. So here's where we have the name it, verb it, finish it. And then here is the next one, the notice or the observation that we have. And so those two pieces being really important in order to do that. So in the breakout rooms, having a discussion with each other. How will you start the writing for argumentative? So we talked about narrative today, and narrative is a great place to start. Most districts have done narrative like in their first trimester. So as a priority for the year, the remaining of the 2021 year, we thought really getting that argumentative down so important. And here at the end, I just captured what somebody did for that claim. So these three sentences really as the basis of their writing, orally modeled for them, so that they really have that piece that's going on.